everyone, I thought I'd come outside today to read this week's special story. It is called Starting School. How exciting! We're starting to think about moving on to the next part of our learning journey, and many of you will be moving to school soon in September. So it's Starting School and it's written by Janet and Alan Arberg. Shall we see what happens? Gavin and Errol and Sophie and Shushma and David and Kate and Robert and Alison are starting school. The first day. The children wait in the playground with their mums and dads and brothers and sisters and a puppy. We're not allowed puppies and dogs on our playground, children. The bell rings. Gavin and Errol and Sophie and Shushma and David and Kate and Robert and Alison go into school and meet their teacher. They hang their hats and coats in the cloakroom, have a look at the toilets and go into the classroom. They sit on the mat with the rest of the class. The teacher calls the register and collects the dinner money. She shows the children round the classroom and the parents too. In the classroom there are tables, chairs and drawers for the children to keep their things in. There is a book corner, a home corner, an interest table, a box of dressing up clothes and a baby rabbit in a rabbit hutch. I wonder if you will find these things in your new classroom. During the morning, Gavin and Errol and Sophie and Shushma and David and Kate and Robert and Alison get used to the classroom, and the rabbit gets used to them. At playtime, they go out to play. At dinner time, they eat their dinners. In the afternoon, they draw pictures, go out to play again, and have singing in the hall. At the end of the day, they tidy up, have a story on the mat, put on their hats and coats, and go home. The second day, have to go back again, children. The next day, Gavin and Errol and Sophie and Shushma and David and Kate and Robert and Alison go to school again. In the morning, they do a picture and some writing in their new books. After that, they have music and movement in the hall. Errol's mum plays the piano. At playtime, Robert loses his hat and Alison finds it. Errol bangs his knee and the teacher rubs it better. Gavin and Shushma and David climb on the climbing frame. Kate thinks about climbing. In the afternoon, the children make some models. They show them to the head teacher, have a story on the mat and go home. The first week. As the days go by, the children get more used to the school. On Wednesday, they go into the hall for an assembly. They listen to the singing and say a prayer. They watch some older children do a play. On Thursday, they start learning to read. Gavin can read already. He brings his book from home to show the teacher. Errol brings his tooth to show the teacher. It came out in the night. On Friday, they go swimming in the school pool. The water is warm and not too deep. Robert and Shushma and Kate jump in, jump up and down. David and Sophie walk in down the steps. Errol thinks about walking in. In the afternoon, Kate and Shushma and David do cooking with David's mum. They make 12 little cakes, 3 big cakes and a mess. Time goes by. The next week, Gavin and Errol and Sophie and Shushma and David and Kate and Robert and Alison choose a name for the rabbit. They draw rabbit pictures, make rabbit models, bake rabbit biscuits, have rabbit stories on the mat and do lots more rabbit things besides. The week after that, the children have their photographs taken. And the week after that, Gavin loses a glove and Alison learns to swim. Sophie reads a book. Shushma shows her sari and her diva lamp. Robert thinks about being in a Halloween play. And sometimes the children are happy, and sometimes the children are sad. Sometimes puzzled or sleepy, or grumpy or lumpy or spotty. Sometimes the teacher is not cheerful either. The end of term. Christmas comes. In the last week of term, the infants do a play about baby Jesus. Everybody has a part, and all the mums and dads come to watch. On the last day of term, the children bring cakes and crisps, sausages, sandwiches and jellies and have a party in the classroom. Then Gavin and Errol and Sophie and Shushma and Kate and David and Robert and Alison go home. And the holiday begins. Now I wonder if our school is going to be like this, or if you're not coming to our school, if your new school will be a little bit like this book. But one thing's for sure, children, we have to come to school every single day, because every single day is so important and we learn new things all of the time in school. Hope you enjoyed that. Bye.